everyone, I'm Krouse of the Indiana Gazette, and this is the first edition of 2017 of our weekly high school football preview show. This week, we're coming to you from Andy Kosneski Field, where the Indiana Indians will play host to Laurel Highlands on Friday night in their season opener. Last year, Indiana edged Laurel Highlands 40-38 in the opener, a shootout in which quarterback Luke Thomas and the Indiana offense smashed records. This year, Thomas returns for his junior season, his second full season under center. And with a slew of inexperienced playmakers, the Indians look for someone who can step up. They finished 4-5 in 2016 and scored at least 31 points in all 4 of their victories. Now, in the second season of the Northwest 9 Conference, Indiana hopes to make a run at the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Laurel Highlands beat Mount Pleasant 21-14 last week while Indiana was off, and the Indians scrimmaged Mount Pleasant on August 19th. In the second week in the Heritage Conference, Homer Center travels to Marion Center, Blairsville plays at Purchase Line, Penns Manor travels to West Shamokin, Ligonier Valley goes to Salzburg, and United plays at Northern Cambria. Homer Center will try to build off last week's win over Purchase Line when it takes on Marion Center. The Wildcats are coming off a solid 25-7 win over the Red Dragons, but hope to fine-tune some things on offense against Marion Center. Homer Center made a trip to the District 6 Class 1A championship game last year and is trying to stay focused despite the surrounding expectations. Marion Center was blown out by Ligonier Valley last week. The Stingers will again be the underdog and will face another tough task against the Wildcats. Ligonier Valley, which won the District 6 Class 2A title and advanced to the state semis last season, opened the new campaign with a huge win. The Rams racked up 421 yards of offense, with sophomore Sam Sheeter making his first start at quarterback. They will look to stay hot against the Salzburg team that lost to United last week. The Trojans were rolling in the first half against the Lions, but couldn't keep up pace and lost a few key players to injury. In a matchup of 1-0 teams, Northern Cambria plays host to United, with both teams looking to make a playoff run again this year. The Colts, who open with a big victory over Penns Manor, will try to pick up another win during a tough stretch to start the season. After United, they will take on Ligonier Valley and Homer Center in back-to-back weeks. The Lions, who won 3 of their last 4 regular season games last year, look to pull an upset and start the season at 2-0. West Shamokin will welcome Penns Manor on Friday, and while the Wolves won last week and the Comets lost, both teams hope to get much better in their second game. The Wolves held on to beat Blairsville in the opener and were happy to get away with the win even if it wasn't pretty. West Shamokin advanced to the playoffs last year, and in their second season in the Heritage Conference, the Wolves want to move up in the standings. Penns Manor lost to rival Northern Cambria last week and looks to get back on track in its quest for an 11th straight playoff berth. Blairsville travels to Purchase Line, and both teams will try to pick up their first win of the season. The Bobcats came up just short last week and will need to tame the Red Dragons' rushing attack to avoid starting 0-2. Purchase Line played tough against Homer Center in the opener, and this week looks to avenge last year's disappointing loss to the Bobcats. In the WPIAL's Allegheny Conference, Apollo Ridge plays host to Deer Lakes. Behind the brother duo of Kyle and Clay Fitzroy, the Vikings breezed past Leechburg in a non-section game last week. Apollo Ridge will look to keep up offensive production against the Lancers, who will be playing their first game of the season.